Lovely girl, well done. I do think. They all think it's mechanical, it's not, is it?
No.
It's got feelings.
And at the
They
end
get
of
in
the
a
day,
mood,
they
can't it?
must have balance.
When did you first get little Khoja?
I've had Khoja since 24th of January, to be precise, which was my daughter's birthday. So I spotted him a couple of weeks before, literally by total chance. Somebody said to me, "I don't suppose you want a pony, do you?" And I said, well, as long as it's not bigger than like 12 hands, because everything like that. Went round and saw him and just fell in love with him. And so what happened?
And how old is he and what breed is he?
He's purebred Caspian, which is a rare breed, and he's 9, although he's been in a riding school for 3 years, but they hadn't done anything with him for a year because he's really not suitable for small children to ride. He's only 11.2, 11.3, too sharp. So they've done nothing with him for a year. All he's literally been done was had, half a dozen children brush him every now and again. So he's had quite a sheltered life. They did break him in at 6, but he really hadn't gone off the estate and off the riding school, hadn't seen the world at all. So he's really quite immature in some ways.
So when you first got him, what was his attitude like? How was he to handle? And
he's quite wary in some ways. He's sort of like, he's the sort of person that stands at the back of the room. You could almost think there wasn't a problem, but actually it's all going on in his head. And he's not a lovable, cuddly sort of pony, but he really wants to trust you. He really wants to. He wants to please. He's desperate to. It's difficult to say really, but I just sort of understand him. I could see there was something there. He's calling out. He wants to work. He wants to be with you. But there's just something just holding him back. He's the quiet one in the room. If there's a party, he's not the one leaping around in the middle trying to get centre of attention. He just takes it all in.
So what did you do with him? How did you start him off?
So starting him off, well, they said that there was nothing really wrong with him apart from being a bug to catch. I didn't have a problem catching him. I think he really wanted to do something. I started off by just taking him out in a head collar and walking him for miles up and down the road, across the fields, because I didn't know. He'd been in a riding school. It's a very contained area. I didn't really know what he'd done. I know he hadn't done anything for a year. Just took him up the woods, across the field. We've got some pigs in the field down the road, so every time I went to the pigs, took him with him, tied him to the gate, fed the pigs, walked him back. My daughter came home from college at Easter, so we started riding him, because obviously he really had done nothing for the year. He was incredibly unfit. You could see he got no muscle, no nothing. Started riding him, probably she loved him. Started hacking him out, around, seeing the world and everything. Put some harness on him, started long reining him everywhere, and we walked him, off we went in the harness, tied him up to the gate, fed the pigs, came back again. Put some jump poles down the side, off we went and all the rest of it. Absolutely fine. We put a little 2-wheel exercise vehicle up behind him, marched him up the road, not with the traces or anything, just in the tugs. Not a problem. The issue was then when we went to try and turn him round, he just didn't like the shafts touching him. He panicked. He didn't really do anything. He did a sort of like a half rear, not a full-blown wild rear, but to me that was enough. That was him telling me I can't go any further, and me to know that this was going to be anything more. This was out of my depth and to stop now. So literally just took him out took him out of the carriage, turned him round, walked him down the road a bit, put it back in the tugs because we were probably about 2 miles from home by then, marched him back, and then called you guys. And here he is.
So what do you think of him? Obviously now you've driven him, or you haven't driven him, but your daughter's driven him.
I've been on the back now.
You've
Oh,
been on
he's
the back.
amazing, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. He's so confident. He's just fearless. There's nothing. Oh, he's just gorgeous. He's just stunning. He's just perfect.
Did you think he would have turned out like that?
I desperately wished that he would. I was trying to give him a home, give him a job. You know, I felt a bit sorry for him really. I mean, he wasn't neglected or mistreated, but he was just lacking a purpose in life. And he's just lovely. I just really, I just hoped that I hadn't done too much damage by causing, you know, his reaction to obviously trying to turn him round. And I'm glad we stopped when we did.
Yeah.
You know, I could have, you know, forced him, said, you know, come on, no, round we go and everything, but there's just something, you know, you just have to read him. You can see it in his eyes. He's just like, no, I need to get a professional to do this. This is not, you know, I've broken a couple before, but there was something that was just telling me, he told me, this is not something that I can do on my own.
Would you feel happy now at taking him anywhere?
Oh God, yeah. Anywhere, absolutely anywhere. We live on the side of the dual carriageway. The first thing he's got to do as he goes out the gate is go up the dual carriageway. I would, you know, there's no issue. He's beautiful. He's absolutely perfect. You couldn't have done a better job. He's just lovely. He's just gorgeous. And your man, he's a proper driving pony. He's got a job. He's fantastic.
That's him.
No, well, thank you so much.